Hey everyone, Steve from GuitarNiche here. Well, we just finished putting this new Esquire project together for a client. And with all the exceptional parts that went into it, you'll find a lot of pictures and whatnot and explanations of how the process went and all that good stuff. But how does it sound? That's the point. Okay, at the end of the day, we want something that is going to perform, and in this case, we have a really interesting configuration. We have a single coil, hence the Esquire sort of thing there. Okay, but the pickup selector is actually a 5-way. Okay, you can hear that. Hopefully, you can hear the this Duncan stack Telly go from one setting to another through the electronics configuration. Anyway, in short, the strings on here are 10 to 52 Ernie Ball Cobalt. It's pretty similar to what Jeff Beck would use, because this is kind of a Beck-inspired instrument. You can see by, say, some of the wear marks and whatnot. You know, it turned out really, really cool. The neck is really just fabulous, just fabulous. And it's in standard tuning. I have the amp set on kind of a medium gain, not crystal clear, something with a bit of bite once you use the control and whatnot. Now, I'm going to go through the controls quickly, so I want to keep this video short. Now that's all the way back, okay? And I got a little bit of headroom. I always try to gauge an instrument on how it responds through a tube amp, which my old trainer there with some mods and stuff. And you can hear a good roll on the volume controls, the tone control. When you get that really nice even wah-wah kind of effect, that's good. Okay, so a 2 should sound like a 2, a 3 should sound like a 3, etc. on up the ladder of the scale, or 11 if you're Nigel Tufnell. Okay, and to go through the settings here, we're all the way back. Okay, as I said, and that's got a lot of bark, a lot of bark. Okay, if I roll it back a little bit, cleans up fairly well. I'm just knocking that back a couple degrees or so, just to tip out the high-end drive to the amplifier. Now in that setting, it's full-on single coil, what you would expect from a normal Tele-type pickup. And as we go into the next setting, you can hear, hopefully, you can hear that a lot of the extraneous noise, the interference, the buzz and whatnot, the ground interference is gone. This setting is coils. This is a stack pickup. The coils are in parallel, which is a hum canceling sort of thing. Okay, into third position. Now this is supposed to imitate a sort of cocked wah sort of sound, so it's a filter of sorts. And if you look at the article itself, you'll see some of the pictures of the electronics that I took. Now, in order to gauge this properly, okay, you gotta, I'll kind of go through one setting and then the next, because the next one is the same sort of thing. It's like a wah type setting, but it's a different cap in the circuit which filters it out differently. And you can hear a slight boost there. It's just a shift in the tone, right? So it's got an interesting mid-range honk. If you have that on a really clean setting, it's going to have a really unique character. Of course, with a lot of drive and say a booster pedal or something like that, it's really going to do some really, really cool things. Okay. Now finally, all the way forward. Okay. So we're all the way forward and got that bark again, but it's not nearly as noisy as in first position. Hope you can hear that. That's going, okay. So you definitely hear the humbucker effect in play, but it's got that that single coil sort of sound. Whenever you have a humbucker style pickup in a single coil physical constraint, okay, you're always gonna have some form of a humbucker, or sorry, a single coil voicing there. So you'll never get that wide, true humbucker sort of thing going on, which is fine. I mean, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, this is really cool. It's pretty cool. It's pretty diverse. A single coil with a 5-way switch and standard tones and stuff like that, like the tone knob and all that. My only complaint really is the knobs themselves, that is the controls, are a little bit stiff. So you can't go, you know, cranking on them on the fly as easy as you would with maybe some other styles and stuff like that, right? But overall, that's pretty cool. That was all the way back. A very traditional kind of cranky sort of vintage telly sort of sound. Pretty cool. Anyway, that's our take on the on our project build. This is a Jeff Beck inspired Esquire made out of parts. Okay, and there you have it. Okay, talk soon. Steve from GuitarNiche. Keep playing.